So, very good afternoon, everybody. I believe everybody is excited, and even those who are going to give this mock interview, they are prepared as well. So, once again, welcome. So, we'll start in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. And we have here, let me just introduce. So, yeah. So, now we have Prashant, we have Sneha, we have Vaishnavi, and we have Nikhil. So, who will be attempting this mock. And yes, so I'm just searching. So those who are attempting can ping me so that I can, make you co-host. Yeah, so 4 or 5 will be able to take up. Okay, so 4 or 5 will be able to take up here. Okay, so yeah, already we have Prashant, Sneha, Vaishnavi, and Nikhil. So 4 already we have. So one more I can take up, and that could be. Let me just check. Okay, so yeah. Fine. So Rani Karmate. So yes, you will be one more. Okay. All right. So yes, I'll request to put on your videos, those who are attempting, and others, it is an optional. Okay. So if you are putting up your videos, it'll be good. It'll be more interactive, and it'll be more lively. So others, yes, if you can, so surely you can put up your videos so that we can interact, and it can be more of audio, video, both interactions can be done. Fine. Yeah. So now let me just schedule, and the schedule would be, yeah. So Prashant, if I take you first, is it good with you? Looking at your smiling face, you can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself. All right, fine. So let me just uh, rename and put, yeah. So yeah. So first you'll be there. Yeah. Second, let's have yeah. So yes, Vaishnavi, are you good to go for second?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
All right. And then Sneha, and then Rani. So this will be the flow we'll be following. And we have some people from my team and who are already working into big data. So I'll not be revealing their name, and they'll be monitoring, and their feedback they'll be giving, and I'll be giving you a combined feedback of the team which is monitoring. Okay, so that is how it will go. Yeah, so I have given the sequence here. I will. You all can mute unmute yourself, but that permission won't be there for rest of the people. As and when required, that permission will be given to everybody for muting and unmuting. So for now, you four guys, you have got this permission to mute, unmute yourself. Okay, fine. So I think now we are good to start. We can start. It'll be around 15 to 20 minutes. We'll not be extending it much. Okay. Second thing is it'll be all about the basics and fundamentals more. Okay, we'll be focusing more on that part. So we won't be taking it to some level which is not yet, you are not prepared for. Okay, as a group. Fine. So one more person was there, Nikhil. So let me just check if he's not Nikhil. He was. Let me just check. All right. So if he joins, then we'll see. Okay. So we can start now. At the same time, you can, uh, if you have not yet put your resumes on the Google Sheet, which already we had shared, so you can do that. Okay, you can do that. And these four people, if you can share your resumes on WhatsApp or directly upload here and send it to the admin, that is, send it to me. Okay, so that we will have a resume analysis also immediately after we are done. Okay, so let's start. All right, yeah. So we have 31. We cannot wait much. If others are joining, they can join in between. Okay, so I hope Prashant, you are ready.
Sir, just a second, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
Sir, we have to upload the resume where I actually haven't uploaded my resume. So,
Okay, so everybody, I'll request you can just send it two ways. You have my WhatsApp. Either you just send there, or for quick access, or you can just upload it here in the chat. You can upload it here in the chat. You can send it personally to me.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's take a minute and just upload your resume here. I'm asking Prashant, Vaishnavi, Sneha, and Rani. Okay, I have received from Prashant. Okay, so we can start now, and by the time other people are sending up resume. Okay, so yes, yeah. So how are you, Prashant? How is your day? Good. Okay.
Excited about the interview.
Okay. All right. Yes. So let's start a little bit of your introduction, and then we'll go into technical part. So if you can introduce yourself to us, and then we will continue.
Uh, I'm Prashant Khandarao Kauri. I'm from basically Latur. I had done MTech from Virmata Diabetic Technological Institute, Mumbai. I had also completed my bachelor degree from Single Institute of Technology, Lonavala, in same branch, Electronics and Telecommunications. I have interned at Evosi Software Private Limited as a software developer. So I worked there on very technology like web development, like also I have worked on real-time projects like
Mhm.
ER projects and online softwares. I have learned various things there in a company. I have learned how to play a key role in a group, how to leader leader to a group, how to manage the assignment in a time. So
Mhm.
I work lots of things there. As I'm going in that field, I realized that I have more potential to do something in other field. So I have researched that the data science is the most emerging field in this world now in this world. So I have decided to go in this field. I will learn the new things. Because I'm quick learner, I can learn things very fast. So I have decided to learn things, learn technology, data science technology, how it works. I have little bit curiosity about that thing. So I have decided to move this technology, and I want to do career in this field.
All right. All right. Yeah. So thank you, Prashant, for the introduction. Let's continue. Which technologies are you good with? Like if we talk about data science or big data, so which technologies are you good at?
So I'm good at big data and data science. I am a beginner. I have not decided which technology I am good. Just I am just exploring now into introductory region. So when I will completed this course, I will able to tell that which is the most favorable part.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. And do you have any past experience as well? Any past working experience?
Yes, I am a software developer.
Okay, so what kind of technologies were you working there?
Sir, I worked on web applications and websites, creating websites for clients. So I worked on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. Also, I mean PHP language I know very well. PHP, Hadoop
Mhm.
with concept. Also, I know APIs, how to API work, how we can use the APIs in our programs.
Okay, 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 fine, fine, good enough. So I was going through your resume and I could see that you have mentioned Python as well.
Yes, sir.
So yes, so let's have a short discussion on it. Uh, so you have mentioned that you are good at Python 3.7.3.
Yes, sir.
So do you know like what is the difference between Python 2 version and the Python 3.x version?
Mm, I, I don't know, sir, basically, but I am now doing the working is Python 3.7.3 is the newer version. So I have
Mhm.
not learned the basic version or previous version of that.
Okay, 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 fine, okay, all right. So let's have some discussion on Python. So what do you see? Like, how do you handle different data types? So what are different data types in Python you have explored till now?
Okay, basically there are the types in Python are integer, float, boolean, complex, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. So in basically there are some are mutables, some are unmutables. So mutables means we can change the modify the value, and unmutable means we cannot change the modify the value. We can directly assign a new value. So list list is the type of mutable. So we can change the values of modify the values of list which have having indexing. Uh, a tuple is a immutable. We can't once we assign the value, we cannot modify the value. It is a immutable. Also, it has indexing. Also, there are string. String is a immutable. We cannot change the modify the value directly. We can assign a new string to variable. So set and dictionaries. Set having the unique values in it. It contains unique value and it is also immutable. It
Okay,
does not having indexing.
okay, okay, all right. So tell me, what is the concept of indexing in Python, and from where the indexing starts?
Indexing starts from zero. Indexing means the position of I think like location where the value is placed. This starts from zero from beginning. If we start at the end, it will start from minus one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
indexing
okay. So if you see a set, okay. So inside a set, if I want to have, um, if I want to perform some sorting operation, so is it possible to perform sorting operation in case of a set?
no sir, it is not possible because it is not possible in set.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. And what do you see the difference between a set and a dictionary? And where do you see their implementations or applications?
In set, sir, in dictionary we have key and pair value. So if you think about the application of a set of a dictionary, so we can use as a user. If a user has his name, ID, and their contact number, we can save as key and value as save in the dictionary. So as we put in the set, so it can we put it as a so all the unique numbers we can put in that set, like applications.
Yeah, where do we use that? Like, what is the use of set?
Set is used where we having unique values. We have to store unique values. Just don't we don't want to repeat the values, so we use set.
Okay. So when we speak about applications, so normally what we talk about, let's say, we can take any example of a software application. Suppose you are working with the team and your team is creating an application, maybe for managing up the data processes of a service-based industry. Especially they have certain customers, and the customer is maybe manufacturing company. Let's say an automobile company is their customer. Okay, so there they are creating an application, and the application is about managing out their data. Okay, so I'm expecting in terms of application where you will be using set where it will be applied. Okay, so that is the expectation. Can you think like in application where exactly in which scenario this data structure or data type can be used?
Okay, automobiles have various different models in their automobiles. If you think every automobile have their different names, so we can store the data in the set, so we cannot repeat that thing. So we want to print all the values of only models, so we can take that value, so we can print only unique values, not the same.
Okay. Fine enough. All right. So in Python, if I want to handle different data from different sources, so which libraries have you explored related to that?
Uh, I have explored NumPy and Pandas
Okay, NumPy and
as
Pandas
a
you have
tool.
explored. Okay. So what sort of operations can you do with the help of NumPy? Any operations you have performed with the help of NumPy?
Uh, with NumPy, we can use multi-dimensional. We can make multi-dimensional arrays, and we can perform addition or subtraction or multiplication of uh, the matrices in that NumPy very easily. That is not we can done in list in Python. It is very fast in NumPy as compared to the Python list.
Okay.
It
Fine.
is
Okay. You just spoke about list. So um, if I take array as a data structure and list as a data structure, so what is the primary difference between them, and in which scenario which one should be preferred, an array or a list?
list contains heterogeneous values, while the array contains the same homogeneous.
Mhm.
If there are only data contains only numbers, then we use array. If there are data contains character as well as various types of data, like integer float, so we use list.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So moving towards OOPS concepts. So um where do you find the implementation of encapsulation while creating some programs? Where do you find the implementation of encapsulation?
In class, so we find in class encapsulation with much data is stored in encapsulated form.
Okay. Can you elaborate like what exactly is encapsulation?
Encapsulation means binding the data.
Mm-hmm.
Like in class, we binding the all the attributes and the methods in class. So it is like encapsulation. We can use further like whenever you want creating objects and things.
Okay, fine. I can also see that you have written SQL. So yes, in case of SQL, okay. So if I have a data where in the database I have two tables, okay, and one table is having the customer orders, okay, and it is having columns like the order ID is there, customer ID is there, and it has got the product IDs as well. Okay. So if I want to get to know the details of that particular customer, so which operations will you select here in this case?
Uh, select 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 star form. It is all customer, but we want to a specific customer or specific column. Then we
Mhm,
can use select column name
mhm,
and from that table, we want to select in condition. So we
mhm,
use select column name
mhm,
from
mhm.
table name, and here the whatever you want to use that in where the condition that customer ID is equal to whatever it is you are looking for.
Okay, my question is that you have order table, okay, and you want details of customer, okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So you can rethink if I want to get details of customer, and so what kind of operation will select star you will perform on which table
So
to
there
get
are
the
okay. Okay. There are two tables: order table and customer table.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay. We want the customer names.
mhm.
But sir, what basis we have to find the customer names, which we have to join these tables? Which basis?
So order table is having your order ID, customer ID, and product ID, and other details, right?
Order ID, customer ID, code. Okay, okay.
Mhm, mhm,
So, select uh, select
mhm,
order table
mhm,
has customer name. Okay. Select customer d dot customer name, comma. Okay. Select customer name
mhm,
and
mhm,
customer name dot order table, uh,
mhm, mhm.
comma customer name. What is order table? Both having order tables. Wait.
Okay,
I can
okay.
write, so I will be very easy to answer this question. So I will write the column names of tables.
Mhm.
Can you please tell me this order table,
Yeah, in order table you have order ID, customer ID, and product ID.
order ID,
Yeah, so
customer
for
ID.
other tables you can assume relevant columns.
So we joining this table on order ID. Okay.
Mhm,
Select O dot order ID, comma C dot customer name. Okay, sir. This is a query. Select O dot order ID from C dot customer name from order table. Join customer from order table as O. Join customer table as C. On order ID O dot order ID equal to C dot order ID.
Okay, okay, good. Fine. Okay, so let me ask you a few things about virtualization. So, what exactly is virtualization, and where do you make use of it?
So virtualization, it is like if you want to use another machine on one machine, and in that case, like we have like VMware. So it is the software we use for virtualization, or other another software is there. So basically, our operating system is Windows, having some hardware like 4 GB RAM or 500 GB hard disk. So if you want to do, use another system, like you want to use Linux or other operating system, so we have to run that system in another environment. So basically, we divide our main resources into split resources, to so that with both operating system can use the resources.
Okay, okay, all right, yeah. So, like in terms of cloud applications, how do you see virtualization? Like, how do it helps in terms of if we see cloud services we get today?
Okay, so in cloud services, if there are lots of user, if it is there, so there is some basic system which can so users can use various machine. When users okay,
Okay, okay.
in cloud in cloud applications means in cloud applications there are various users which can use if I am a user, there are 10,000 more users. But when I am logging, the machine is used for me, and the data, some memory is allocated for me, and the system is allocated for me for with some resources.
Okay, okay.
There are lots of resources. So,
Okay, all right. Yeah. So yeah, from cloud, let's come to this. As you said initially, big data, data science things. So what exactly is big data? Like what is big data? What is your understanding about it?
big data means it is a large size, huge amount of size of data.
Mhm,
Like it is formed in the more big companies.
mhm,
They
mhm.
are working on their data in like since 20 years ago. So data is very big in size. That is a big data
Okay, okay.
in terms of entries or in it.
Mhm. Yeah. So I'm coming to a question. So because you are planning to get into data associate job role, so uh, what makes you to basically get into this job role? Like, why do you feel that you are right candidate, or you should be getting into this job?
Basically, sir, I have basic knowledge of various technologies. I have worked, I have learned embedded things, Internet of Things, like and also web technology, how it works. Also, and how customer relations can be managed, how sales department work, how management department is work. So it
Mhm.
is easy for me to evaluate the data as per customer need. So I can find the insight in the data easily.
Okay. So
Also,
so. Mhm.
I am a good programmer. and a good
Okay.
knowledge.
Yeah. So out of your explanation only, you said you have worked on multiple technologies. So can you just list that which technologies, maybe just five on your fingertips, which technologies are actually helping you to be a good data associate engineer? Okay. So which five technologies do you see that are supporting you?
Internet of Things,
Okay.
later on databases,
Mm-hmm.
web applications,
Mm-hmm.
mm, marketing,
Okay.
sales, yes, sir. And last one like programming, various languages.
Okay. 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 All right. All right. Fine. So, uh, yeah, so I think I'm done for the day. Thanks for giving your time. So we will discuss on the feedback part later. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have 1 minute break. Okay, exactly 1 minute. So it's 1:35. So at 1:36 we will start with Vaishnavi. Okay, and the feedbacks and everything will be given after everyone. Okay. So 1 minute's break. All right, so let's have Vaishnavi. I believe you are ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, fine. So we can start with your introduction. You can brief us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll continue.
Okay, sir. So, good afternoon, first of all. I'm Vaishnavi Sharma. I'm from Sangli. It's in the southeastern part of Maharashtra. I moved to Pune in 2018 for my undergraduation at MIT World Peace University in Bachelor's of Business Administration with specialization in computer applications. That basically would mean that I have knowledge in major areas such as management as well as technical backgrounds in languages such as C, C++, Java, C Sharp, Python. I have worked with IDEs such as Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, or ASP.NET, and I have also worked with databases such as MS SQL, MySQL. I have worked around on some of the management system projects, such as transportation management systems, then comes billing management systems. I have also worked for the market research of Adidas company. I have written research article on the future scope of digital marketing, which basically contains information about where does the future of digital marketing goes, and specifically which method looks like the brightest future coming up. So yes, I would say these are some of the basic technical background knowledge of mine about my skills. Let me talk about my strengths and weaknesses. I would say I'm very determined and goal oriented, and I have a learning attitude. That means I am always up for learning new technologies, new ideologies, and learning new things. As well as I am very honest with my work, be it like if I am not good at something, I prefer to be honest to myself about it and then work on it. When it comes to weaknesses, I would say, as someone who is very considerate and sympathetic towards other people's feelings, but when with some ignorance, I may get a little upset. But I prefer to resolve these issues by talking to the other person and not having any miscommunications. This is my introduction, I guess.
All right, all right. That was good to hear from you. Okay, so I went through your resume and I can see that many programming languages you have explored. So which one do you like most and why?
Recently, I have been working on Python a lot. So I would say right now Python, because it does not only makes it easier for you to program, but it also makes it easier for you to understand the logics and build up logics. And it has so many libraries you can explore, you can learn from. And I think it has developed my knowledge and my let's say choice of knowledge, choice of technology more. So I would say I'm more inclined towards Python. Then comes C sharp. It's a very amazing language and I really like it. Mostly because I have developed a project in C sharp and ASP.NET, and it's not that, let's just say it's very convenient and efficient to write code in C sharp. So I would say Python and C sharp for the starting.
Okay, okay, great. So when it comes to object-oriented programming, in that case, what differences do you see in C Sharp and Python?
C sharp and Python. Okay, so let me just start with saying that object-oriented programming concepts, though both are involved in C sharp and Python and implemented very nicely, but implementation becomes, let's talk about little bit differences. For example, in Python, whenever we write a class, we have to give references at every point, self references. That's so much not, that kind of handling is not necessary in C sharp. But sometimes I believe it's actually an advantage on Python side, and it's disadvantage, because if someone is not that good at handling those references, they may not go for Python. They may not think that Python is that amazing when it comes to oops. But when it comes to having to handle the references, because sometimes we have to handle, like having that option to have the chance to handle references is also very great option. So I think in that sense, Python makes out an advantage. So I think there is not much of a difference, but I would say more into writing the code and efficiency of writing the code. I believe when you're going for a vast of the code, C sharp would be a much better choice, because it's like, you don't have to put so many references. You don't have to check out all the references. In Python, it becomes a little bit difficult, but it's still doable.
Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, fair enough. And let me move towards a little bit about databases. You have mentioned MySQL and Microsoft SQL Server. You have
Yes.
explored, right? Microsoft SQL Server.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So let's say if you want to um, find out the top n records, okay, where salary is having, let's say, the package or salary ranges between 30,000 per month to 50,000 per month. Okay, so one is salary range 30 to 50, and you want to identify top, okay, top 10 records. Okay, so in ascending order. So how will you do that?
Top 10 records.
Yeah.
I think we have a function in Microsoft SQL for top. So select top and in brackets we put the number. I'm not really sure about the syntax. And then we go with this, and then we have salary, and yeah, salary and the names, right? So
Hmm.
employee name, comma, salary, from employee table, from employee table, and yes, from employee table. Then we'll put the condition in the where statement. So we go from employee where the statement comes up here. Salary was from 30,000 to
50,000.
50,000. So salary greater than equal to 30,000, and then we'll put an and operator, and salary less than equal to 50,000, and then we will order by salary in ascending order. And then we'll
Okay.
ascending is actually by default. If you want it descending, we put DESC in front of order by.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. And can you tell what are aggregate functions in SQL?
Aggregate functions. Let me just think a minute. I believe aggregate functions would be the functions that we store procedure. PS. Are you talking about PSQL?
No, no, no. No, I'm not getting into PLSQL. Just aggregate functions.
Just
We,
aggregate functions.
yeah, yeah.
Aggregate functions. I'm not really sure about this answer. I have an
Okay.
answer, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no worries. Can you think of group by? Maybe you'll get some idea when we perform group by. Then, um, what is something we need to ensure?
Group
Okay,
by,
yeah,
order
what
by,
is
these are okay. Yeah, group
what
by,
is the purpose of group by? What is the purpose of group by?
to group the data according to the columns.
Okay, so for example, if I have a employee table and I have employee ID, employee first name, last name, and other details, then we have department ID, okay, as well. So if I want to perform group by on department ID table, so what sort of output can we expect here?
We can actually expect a group of departments and then departments with list of which employee could belong to that department. So we can group it according to department ID. So we
Mhm,
can, I'm sorry, we can write a query as such: select employee ID from employee ID comma department name from employee comma department, where employee dot department ID, which is foreign key from department, is equal to department dot department ID.
mhm, mhm.
We establish the connection through a foreign key, and then we can say group by, and then after this where condition we can say group by department ID. So it will actually give us an output of department name and then a group of every department with their employee IDs.
Okay, don't you think here we need to have join keyword as well somewhere?
Join. Well, I have written the where clause which says that I'm sorry, employee dot department ID is equal to department dot department ID. So I
Mhm.
think we have developed a connection kind of thing. So I would say we can use join, but I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, 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 fine, fine. Yeah, so coming to now, analytics and big data. So what are different types of analytics have you read about?
Well, I have read about data visualization and data visualization tools and data analytic tools.
Mhm,
For data visualization, I have read about Tableau and
mhm,
I have worked with Matplotlib, which is a library in Python, and Seaborn, which is a library in Python for data visualization.
mhm,
I have read about Apache Hadoop, Apache Storm, and then Spark. And
mhm.
I have read about Apache Cassandra.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. So, um, okay, to tell me something about Hadoop, like what is it and what is the purpose for Hadoop?
So Hadoop is developed by Apache for basically for data storage,
Mhm,
data and data analysis.
mhm,
Apache Hadoop actually gives us both of the gives us the entire ETL format. It
mhm,
lets us extract. Sorry, it lets us EL format. I will say sorry. EL
mhm,
format, sorry. It lets us load data as well as transform data, analyze the data, and try to analyze it and find out information. So basically, what we do it with data is that we have data as an input, we process it, and we try to derive some information out of it. So I would say Hadoop gives us the platform where we can store the data, then
mhm.
we extract the data, and then we can analyze it and try to make conclusions which will be helpful for business um, revenue, or let's say business intelligence.
Okay. Okay. If I want to, visualize the output of Hadoop after processing it, so like how can I do that if I want to visualize it?
I haven't read about Hadoop in that depth, so I'm not really sure if Hadoop gives the option for data visualization. But yes, we have a lot of other options like Tableau, and we have amazing libraries in Python like Matplotlib and Pandas, NumPy, and Seaborn. So if I want to visualize the analyzed data, we can actually use Matplotlib and Pandas. Through Pandas, in Pandas you have data frames. through data frames, we can extract the data, like we can extract CSV data or Excel data or any basic file data. We can extract that data into the Python code, and then we can use the matplotlib.pyplot and cbon libraries to visualize the data. Let's say Matplotlib gives us a wide variety through which we can analyze the data. We can visualize the data through graphs of like bar charts, pie charts,
Mhm.
pie charts, bar graphs, and then we have scatter plots and etc. Seaborn, on the other hand, also gives us a chance to define correlations between different data. So yes, these are some of the ways we can visualize the data.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So just to conclude, so which role would you like to get into, like in data science data associate? Which role would you like to get into, and why so?
So I would say I wouldn't give a firm answer to this because right now I'm studying the field. I'm trying to explore the field, but I've read that when it comes to data analysis, 80% of the job comes under data cleaning and data scrubbing, because it's more like making the data ready for analysis, and like that's the first thing and the foremost thing. So I am right now putting my focus into understanding how I can scrap the data, clean the data, and make it ready, make it available for analysis. So I think that's 80% of the job, because then for analysis we just have to use the tools and analyze the data and then visualize it. But to scrap the data, clean the data is actually the challenge that big data is facing. And I believe that I would like to go for that first, learn there, and then see where I would be a perfect fit.
All right. Thanks, Vaishnavi, for the time and discussion. So
Thank you.
yes. We'll get back on the feedback after we are done with the rest of the participants. Thank you. So once again, we'll have a 5 minutes break. So it's 1:58. So we'll be starting at 2:03. Okay. So at 2:03, we'll be starting with Sneha Hasilkar. Okay. Fine. Okay. All right. So we can now move ahead. Okay. And I believe, yeah, Sneha, you are ready, correct? Okay. All right. So how is your day today?
It was fine, sir, but little bit tensed.
Okay, because of interview.
Yes, because I have no experience first. This is my first time, so
All right. No worries. So you can brief something about yourself, your education background. Okay, and then we can start.
yes. Sir. Myself Sneha Sudhir Ashilkar. I'm from Roha. I have completed my studies in IT. I have completed my graduation in IT, and and I'm trying to explore some new things by getting in SSPU, the Data Associate course. I'm trying to trying to get some new things from that.
Okay. All right. Do you have? I was getting my voice once again. Okay, it's fine now. Okay. So yeah, so I was going through your resume, and there you have mentioned about your skills. Okay, so I'll be talking more about your technical skills. So you have mentioned about your um, other skills, soft skills as well. Fine. So Python, C programming you have mentioned. Okay. So how much do you rate yourself in C programming and Python programming?
Not that much, sir, but I have familiar with that programming languages little bit, and I'm studying about that.
Okay, so let's say we have a scale of 1 to 5. Then how much you'll score yourself?
from 1 to 5, then it will be 3.
3 for which one? Python or C?
For Python, it will be 3, and for C, it will be 4. But I thought Python is much easier than C for me. Means for me than C.
Okay. All right. Fine. So let's directly, because you are practicing now data science and big data things. So let's start with, what is your understanding of big data?
Big data is nothing but large data or huge size of data or a complex data.
Okay, fine. So what are the challenges we face related to big data?
Challenges. Data redundancy,
Okay.
then little bit complexity, and then it becomes difficult to find the data or to retrieve the data from the data sets when we have the huge size of data.
Okay, fine. And so going forward, how do we handle this data?
For handling this data, we are having databases, or we can say for handling this type of big data problems, we can use Hadoop. I'm not exactly sure about that, but
Okay, fine. Okay. So can you tell, you mentioned databases. So can you tell different types of databases you are aware of?
yes, set, tuple, list, dictionary, then integer, character, string.
Yeah, I am interrupting you. Databases, like what you're telling is data types. Okay. So what different databases you are aware of?
Yes, that's
Okay, no worries. Okay. So let's say if I want to list only 10 records from a database table, what will be the command to retrieve only 10 records? Top 10 records, maybe first 10 records, I should say.
you can use a select command, like select star from. Suppose we have the table customer, select star, and I think we can use. We are using head and tell function in this SQL also. Not exactly sure about that, but
Okay.
from bottom we can use the head, and and if we want to take the last number from the last, we can use the tell command, head and tell. So, I thought
Okay. Fine. Coming to this part about databases only. So once we are planning a particular, let's say, web application, so we start with the conceptual data model. So can you brief us about what do we actually start in conceptual, and then how do we proceed ahead?
in conceptual data model, we have to first think about the exactly what we have to take. For example, if we are talking about the complete table of customer, then in that what attributes should we take, or what entities we have to, what attributes we have to include in that customer table, exactly what we are needing, or what our application needs to get from that customer table. So we can work on it, and we can take customer ID, customer name. We will work on that in conceptual model, and after that we will implement more, and then we go to logical model. In that we actually put what kind of data type we have to give for that type, and for example, we have to give customer ID, we will give the data type as int. For customer name, we will give the data type as varchar, as such, and then we After that, we have one more model, that is physical model. In that model, we can put the primary key, or we allocate the primary keys and foreign keys in that tables, or we can set that we implement our complete application in that model.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah. So, what do you see? We have something called as ER diagrams. So, what do you see is ER diagram, and is it same as data model, or is it different from it? Give your opinion on it.
ER diagram is nothing but entity relationship diagram. In that diagram, we can easily, not we only we, other persons which are not familiar with our application can easily get what our application is, or what our application is going to work on. Then I thought ER diagram is much more easy to understand than the models. In the ER diagram, we can show the relationship between the entities. We can show the attributes. We can show one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-many relationship as such. From that, we will get to know exactly what relationship is there between their entities in our.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine. Tell me about the the concept of normalization, and why do we need it?
Normalization is the process we use to reduce the redundancy from our database. It is important if we are handling the data, we have to clean our data, and in this normalization, in the normalization process, we basically clean our data sets so that we can use it for our further implementation process.
Okay,
And
okay.
normalization, there are many types, such as 1NF, that is one normal form, second normal form, second normal form, as such.
Okay, 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 fine. Yes. Tell me, what is the meaning of OLTP, and what exactly is OLAP?
I'm not able to recall that concept, sir.
Okay, okay. No, no worries, no worries. Have you read about data warehouses? Do you know about them?
Yes, data warehouses, in that it is basically data migration. If I'm not wrong, it is a data migration process in which we extract, transfer, and load the data, and then we process it and share it to the analytical platforms.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, fine. What is ETL?
ETL, extract, transform, and load. Transfer and load.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. So, all right. So I'm almost done. What exact job role are you expecting? What kind of job role are you expecting?
At this time, I'm not exactly going to tell what I want, but I would like to tell that any job role I can get, I would like to implement my knowledge, or I would like to implement my skills according to that job role, so that I will get new things and new knowledge, more knowledge.
Okay, 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 fine. So I'm done with the interview. Thanks a lot, and once again we'll have the feedback immediately after we are done with everybody.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, sir.
Yeah, pleasure. So here I can see the fourth and fifth. I'm not able to see them here. Okay, so as per the plan. Okay, Rani, are you there? Okay, yeah, so Rani is there. Yeah. So can you unmute and just confirm if you are ready? Okay, okay, fine. So again, we will have a 5 minutes break, and then we will continue with you. Okay, so we'll continue with Rani after 5 minutes break. All right. All right, so I think we can continue. So are you ready, Rani? You are ready? We can start now. Yeah, if you can unmute yourself and just confirm, so we can start.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, are we good to start?
Yeah.
All right, all right. So, yes. So, how's your weekend?
Hello.
Yeah, is it audible to you?
Yeah, right now is audible.
Okay, okay, all right. So, I was asking, how was your weekend? It's still going on, so how is it?
Yeah, actually there was the exam for that letter, so good.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because of exam, it was good.
No, it was not good, but yeah, there was spent some time for good work. That's why it's good.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. Yeah, so I would like to have your quick and short introduction, and then we can start.
Yeah, as you know, I'm Karmate Rani Subhash from Pune in Maharashtra. Yeah, currently I'm doing a data science course in Symbiosis Skills and Professional University in Pune. Also, I had completed my 3-month online internship on Internshala Training Institute. This is online based. So that other things, I had completed my Bachelor of Engineering in PVG College of Engineering Pune in 2020 in Information Technology. Also, I had completed my Diploma Engineering in Information Technology at Government Polytechnic Nasik. Also, about my family. In my family, I have a 6 member, including me. My father is doing as a farmer, and I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. Sister is preparing for UPSC and MPSC exams, and my big brother is a mechanical engineer in Bharat Forge, Pune itself, and little brother is doing pharmacy. About my strength and weakness, talking about strength, yeah, I have a learning abilities and can do uh, can do attitude, and talking about weakness, weakness is family, nothing else. Thank you.
Okay, okay, yeah, thanks for introducing yourself. So,
Yeah,
I
thank you.
went through your resume and I could see that in languages, Python, R, C++, Java, PHP, so many languages you have here. So, let me ask you, which one are you good at? Okay, maybe the best at.
Actually, at the basic level, I'm good at C. After that,
Okay,
all C++. Yeah,
all right, all
right
right.
now I'm working in Python, so preparing for Python itself.
Okay, so as a programming type or programming paradigm, what kind of differences do you see in C and C++ and Python? So what differences do you see amongst these programming
Actually,
languages?
if we looking at syntactically, it is same, but analogically or easy way to implementation, C, C++, and Python. Python is easy to implement, and advantages of a C++ compared to C. In C, we can hide the data by using encapsulation abstraction. That means all C++ function, and in which C, we cannot hide. We can hide data, but compared to C++, we cannot hide. And we're talking about Java, in which Java is a 100% object-oriented programming language. So, enough.
Okay, 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 fine. Hmm, 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 hmm. So, can you tell me what was your role while you were doing internship in Internshala?
Actually, this is internship is not on a group. It is in the individual internship. But
Mhm,
while
mhm,
we're doing the project in last week,
mhm,
that was the in a role. But I was work on a design base because
mhm, mhm, mhm.
I'm good at design.
Okay. So, out of curiosity, I would like to ask, why you are interested towards data associate or data science domain?
Actually, as I said, I'm a I was completed my Bachelor of Engineering in Information Technology. After that, doing and looking at the IT industries, there was so many field I can go and work. But is a data science and artificial intelligence is an one field we can work in challenging environment. That means in future, I doesn't need to, that means switch any career and do in another. And another things is data science is interesting in my mind, and yeah, I'm okay with MySQL, Oracle also, and yeah, I had experience and I enjoy the work on it. That is only one reason I choose the data science to work.
Okay, okay, okay. So what all tools have you explored by like of your own? What kind of tools have
Yeah,
you explored?
I can't say it's own, but yeah, I
Mhm,
still that I work on Tableau also, but
mhm,
it's not a coding and other things, just drag and drop as a
mhm,
basic level. Also, I had just a little bit about an academics for MongoDB, also Hadoop,
mhm,
and
mhm,
currently in MySQL, I use the so many project as a
mhm.
MySQL, so I'm good at the MySQL, and other database tool is nothing enough.
Okay, so you spoke about my MongoDB and also Oracle and MySQL. So what difference do you see in MongoDB and the kind of approach MySQL or Oracle database is having?
Actually, in MongoDB is an no SQL data types, and MySQL is an SQL data type. So in
Mhm,
MongoDB, it is an no SQL. So in SQL, we can provide the so many securities and hiding the data. So in which MongoDB is no any type of security, also hiding the data. Also as a storage purpose, is a no MySQL is good at all.
Okay, 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 fine. Mhm, mhm. So what is OLTP and what is OLAP?
Actually, I don't know about right now. Yeah.
Okay, okay. No, 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 no worries, no worries. Okay.
Can I tell you? Actually, OLTP and OLAP we used in a data warehousing for the purpose of the data analytics, in which we analyze the like the different types like the predictive, diagnostic, diagnostic, prescriptive, in which
Mhm,
we work on some aggregation or segmentations in MySQL for the like the function count, uh,
mhm,
maximum, minimum.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine, fine. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm done for the day. So thank you, thanks a lot, Rani.
Thank
Okay,
you so much, sir.
yeah. So we'll be coming back to feedback after we are done with the
Thank you.
last one as well. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you. So we'll start in another 2 minutes only. Okay, for the next one. So Nikhil, I hope you are ready. You are able to hear the voice.
Yes, sir. I am.
Okay, okay. Thank you. All right. So we can start now.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, Nikhil. Okay. Yeah. So Nikhil, how are you?
Not good actually, but I'm okay.
I got to know about your health. So recovered or still recovering? How is it?
Like recovering, they are not allowing to, not recovered fully, but fine. I can go out, but they are not allowing me to.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So yes, we can start with your brief introduction and then we can move ahead.
Uh, okay. Hi, this is Nikhil, and I am fourth year computer engineering student. Uh, for talking about my journey in data science, uh, in second year I started off with learning Python. The first of all, my motto was I was gonna learn Python for competitive programming, but when I came to know ideally this Python is not good, not really good for competitive programming, where we need more of the optimizer kind of language. So I was searching the way to how do I utilize the skill that I have learned. I don't want it to go waste. So I came across this deep learning first thing, because I and when I went and learned my first and prepare my first model, so it was a classifier for dog and cat. So it went like magic. Like how do we give some input or matrices and it comes out to be a it classifies. So for a computer, it was like a magic. I don't know how it went. So I was eager to learn, and here I am. So I'm greatly interested in machine learning and deep learning. So since childhood, I am like curious and always things I always wanted. I want not wanted. I always keen to find patterns in everything. Like whenever I see a brick, so I try to see patterns in them. When I was see sky, I see kind of see. I like to see patterns. So it was like it handy, and it was in my instinct to learn the patterns and things. So I then I came across this field and domain. So we this field highly values these skills. So I was in the data science. This was the whole story.
All right, so it was interesting to hear that. Okay, so the way you have started, let's get into that only. So you spoke about classifier and it did that and it was magical. Okay, so after that you must have tried to understand what exactly classification is and how does it work. So can you elaborate more about classification and what type of learning is it and what different types of algorithms or approaches we have under it?
Okay. If we talk about in deep learning sense, so first of all, classification. We need to, if we want to classify something, like we can classify anything. Maybe it may be binary thing or we can have multi-class. Like is this hanky is a hanky or not? If we want to know this, is it a hanky or not? So there's two possibilities: it is or it is not. So this is basically classification. So we need to classify on the basis of some information. So it would be it not would. So coming in uh, like we need to coming to the algorithm. So one of the most primary algorithm is logistic regression. It is type of a binary. It is used for binary classification. Uh, so we can use KNN. It can also used for classification. So we have it uses k data points. KNN K stand for k data points that it used to classify the data. Uh, Coming to deep learning sense, so to do classification, we need to have an output activation function. So we need to have a one output activation. So and beyond which we use is and we have a different level of activation function within the hidden layers. So first of all, from our intermediate, we will for this. So we have in deep learning, we have biases and weights. So every input has its own biases and weight, which is called parameters. And these parameters gives output to next node of the neural network, and basically it carry on in the same way. And at the end, we can use any classification if we want. If we have a binary classification for say, so we will put a logistic regression at the end. So it will and we know we have a sigmoid function which has the value from 1 to 0. So it will do is it will classify the uh, thing with some let's say we have a threshold value of 0.5. If the probability of the like the last output of the function was more than 0.5, it will classify it as yes. Or just a sec, Okay, so it will classify it as yes, it is something, or it will go, it will tell you it's not. So that was the classification thing.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, yes, you were also speaking about deep learning. So what exactly is the term we use for that approach? Like, yeah, deep learning is, yes, obviously. What do we have other term for it? Where we,
Artificial
okay, yeah, yeah. So artificial neural network.
artificial
Okay,
neural network.
fine. Yes. So you were saying about activation functions, biases, and weights. Okay. So, yes. So in artificial neural network, which libraries are you using currently for implementation purpose?
Currently, I'm using TensorFlow. Yeah, I'm using TensorFlow, and basically, I like to uh, build most algorithms from the scratch. But when it's not possible, like we have our basic like complex architecture. So I don't have a computation power and not rather not time, also not time. So I use
Mhm.
TensorFlow. But most of all, if it's a simple CNN, so I like to do it from scratch.
Okay, 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 fine. So we again have different types in ANN. Okay, so for example, we have CNN is one type, and that is called as convolutional neural network. So what exactly is the meaning of convolutional? Why is it named so?
Okay. Convolution, basically convolution was taken from electronics domain. So there they do is they multiply one signal to other signal. So suppose they have a signal that is going, that they would multiply. Before multiplying, they would do is they reverse one of the signal and multiply one, the original signal, and one reverse, and the output, they get the desired output. So they do this for generation of a signal. So in
Mhm,
our domain, we use a image or any input. Let's say we have a sound input.
mhm,
So we do is we take a sound input or video, let's say image matrices, and we multiply them. uh, in our case, we can use this, like we can transpose the other image, but rather this is not ideal, like it doesn't matter in our domain. So we do is we just multiply each of the matrices, each of the both matrices, and we get the desired output.
okay, 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 fine. And while implementing with the TensorFlow, we have something called as dense layer, something called as functional layer. So what exactly is meant by that? Like where do we use which one?
Okay. Okay, we have a dense layer. Dense means we what is the density of the that layer, density of the hidden neurons in that layer. So
Mhm,
if we have 100, 200 nodes, whatever we want, we can assign them. It is ideal to keep it for example, I have a high bias cases. So we will increase the density of the neuron. If we have a high variance case, we have a high variance, then we will try to shrink our neural network. So we will keep our density value most less. Like
mhm,
we don't want to overfit this thing,
mhm,
so we will keep it less. About functionality, we suppose huh, suppose we have a few we need to connect a few layers to another. In sequential thing, we do is it connect sequentially. So in functional, I guess we can we can do is that we can connect different layer to different, not in the sequential manner, I guess.
mhm, mhm. Right, right. Okay.
Like it's on us, whatever we feel. like it's good for the model.
Right. Yeah. So taking it further, uh, when we go for image processing, so that time we use certain filters. Okay. So can you throw some light on filters you may have explored?
Okay.
Yeah.
Filters, one of the basic filter we use is 3 by 3. Suppose we have a 3 by 3 filter. So
Mhm.
we do is we convolute 3 by 3 filters. So basically, just imagine, I'll tell you a use case that that I can make you understand. So suppose we have a image. Uh, 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 all the rows is first column is all 1, 3 by 3. Second
Mhm.
is all 0. Third is 1 again. So in image sense, that is a two black lines, one white line between two black lines, right? So if we multiply or we say convolute our basic image with this filter, so it is a edge detection type. So if we convolute with the this matrix, we will get the desired, like we can say, edges of the our image. So we can identify the edges of the image multiplying with this. This was the basic convolution operation filter. So we have a one filter known as we call it as pooling, max pooling we say. So in this filter we sorry, just a minute.
Yeah.
So in this max pooling, so max pooling we take and we convolute on our primary input image, and we take the biggest biggest one biggest value of that. Suppose we have a 28 by 28 primary input, uh, and we have 3 by 3 max pooling filter. So we will, if we convolute this and we are doing max pooling, so we will take a highest pixel value and we'll retrieve that. So from 3 by 3 we'll get only one. So for each 3 by 3 we will get only one that is most significant. So we can have is we have the feature like we have a highest grade of features that is there in that image. So this is max pooling.
Mhm.
So we have one or two more filters. So one is one we do is we will multiply with all the ones. uh, Filter has all the ones or all the zeros. So if we convolute with that, it is used for reducing the density, for in a convolution, uh, for after every and okay after we convolute, so we have increased in the width of the width dimension of the uh, output. So in order to reduce that, we use this ones or zeros one, and a last one is this. It is called padding. So in convolution, whenever we convolute two images, one image with a filter, or the pixel get reduced every time. Like so, in padding, we added a couple of how many we calculate how many image pixels gonna reduce. So we increase it by padding filter.
Okay, fine. So next I would like to ask, how do you see big data and data science or deep learning? So how do you see the relation between them, and how are they actually helping the industry?
Okay. In first of all, coming to deep learning, it has vast scope of applications, like from computer vision to augmented reality, virtual reality. We can see deep learning everywhere. Like uh, uh, our basic in order to achieve reinforcement learning, which is not achievable right now, but we are using deep learning to in sense of achieving that. So it is used in that. So if we are gonna get to the Terminator or any cyborg thing, we're gonna achieve. I think we're gonna achieve with the deep learning itself. So it is power. Right now we don't have that much computation power, but if we get if we succeed in getting quantum computing, which will reduce our multiplication and every operation to very minimal. So if we gonna have that, we can surely achieve AI, a true AI, I guess. So in data analytics, so in the business relation, if we see the business these days, things we need to optimize our businesses in respect to space, in respect to strategy, marketing strategy, sales, everything. Enterprises, financial domain, the people are using AI and machine learning like anything. It's like they are using for everything from compliance to their sales prediction, everything. They are using data analytics. They're getting the data, they are generating the data, they're elaborating it and using it for their benefit. And big data, this big data is like a revolution for this decade, I guess. So we have an immense lot of data generating from IoT devices to Facebook to Instagram. We have huge numbers of photos, we have tweets, we have everything. We have lots of data ready uh, uh, to be created, stored and transformed and use it for the good.
Okay. Given a chance, let's say you need to work for next 2 to 3 years. So what role will you choose? What kind of job role do you see for next 2 to 3 years?
Okay. If I get a chance now, I'm I'm totally interested in deep learning. I would like to create a few architecture of my own to to study or research in that sense. I would like to implement it and find out what sort of application I can make out of it. So yeah, it's gonna be deep learning engineer.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Nikhil. Thanks a lot. So I'm done here. Okay. So
Thank you, sir.
yeah. So let's have a very quick 2 minutes again break, and we'll come back in 2 minutes. All right. So now let's come on the feedback part. So as I said, yes, so we have few people who are also listening to what you guys have performed. So now we will have feedback, as well as we will have quick overview of the resumes. Okay, 4 resumes of the participants. Okay. Yes. So first feedback is I'll be giving common feedbacks, and wherever required, specific feedbacks. Okay. So talking about Prashant, so it was So talking about Prashant, it was good. The way you handled the question, yes, it was good. Your confidence level was good. And as we know that this was limited, the whole of the question set was limited to the kind of preparation you have. So yes, uh, uh, with that set of questions, okay, so you're good. Okay, so the rating you have got is good. Secondly, Vaishnavi, yes, you also handled nicely. Okay, very confidently you also handled. Okay, so the kind of answers you had given. The good thing was if you have not explored certain things, so you were very much aware about that, to what extent you have explored. So that was a good part again. Okay, yeah, so again, nicely handled. Coming to the third one, and third one was Sneha. Yes, so Sneha, for you, yes, it was first attempt, so it was good. Like you try to attempt all the questions. So as a first attempt, it was good. Okay, and at the same time, you were a little nervous that time. Okay, so that thing will go out of practice. So you need to practice, and that'll, I believe, make you more confident. Technically speaking, yes, a little more brush up is required. That is for sure. Coming to Rani, yes. So confidence level, yes, it was good. You were bold and you're giving answers. The only thing is you need to organize your answers. So sometimes it was you had to give answers. So some points in the answer were going off the track, and some points were relevant. So that is something you need to be more conscious while answering. Okay, so you answered every question. That was good part. Okay, but at the same time, you just need to be a little conscious that yes, I'm saying something, so that is correct. Something which is not on the track, you can always skip that part. Coming to Nikhil, yes. So Nikhil, if you see, so that was a little different track. Not different, I'll say. That was completely into data science. The rest of this was more into data associate, but that was also very initial stage as per the limited knowledge you have acquired till this time. Okay, so talking about Nikhil, yes, your conference was good, and your explanation was also good. Okay, and yes, so overall for you it was good. The way you have been exploring and the depth you have been trying to reach. So at this level, it was very good. Okay, for Nikhil also. Now let us quickly check the resumes as well. Okay, so let me share my screen. So Prashant, this is your resume. So others will also make a note of the same thing accordingly. Okay, so you can see first. Let's talk about the format. Okay, if you see that this is a two-page resume here. Okay, so the length of the resume, if I will say, so 2 pages good. Okay, at your level, 2 pages good. Okay, if you really have done lots and lots of things, so I can accept 3 pages also, but 2 page is good. Okay, decent enough. Okay, maximum 3 pages, maximum. I'll say not more than that, because you are education wise, you are still a fresher. Okay, you just passed out or you are still into college. Okay, yes, the way you have mentioned, okay, so this is fine. The way you have mentioned, then career objectives, okay, that is also fine. Okay, so here globally respected company you have written here. Okay, so I'm not peeping much down, but because I had read this, so I just want to emphasize as a fresher. Okay, if you are getting a chance to you know you get a chance to work with a company maybe which is a mid-scale company and a startup company, so it might happen that they may not have got globally, okay, recognition, a global recognition. That might be a case. So this basically makes it like you are limiting yourself to the MNCs which have got global recognition and respect. Okay, so this is something I just clicked my mind, so I'm sharing. Okay, otherwise it could be a simple line, reputed company. Okay, that could be probably a simple line phrase here. You may change. Okay, then yes, education. So the way you have put, okay, that is right. Okay, we should always put from the latest one on the top, and the last should be the earliest. The previous one should be coming below. Technical skills, yes, this is also good. Okay, area for interest is good. This academics, the formatting wise, if I'll see, academic projects could have come into the new page. Okay, so yeah, experience here and non-technical skills, leadership, declaration. So here, this experience, okay, so I would prefer this experience to be somewhere here immediately after the career objective. I prefer that way. If you have some experience or you want to have some technical, there could be a column called as technical competencies. Okay, yeah, what you have written here. Okay, so here you have written only one tool names. Okay, so if you want to describe something, work experience, professional experience, so that you can put immediately after the career objectives or immediately after the education. Okay, because what HR is interested in, HR is interested in your contact. Okay, then objective, and then education as well as skills. Okay, but if you have experience, so that is another most important area, because if you have worked upon something, that is more preferable as compared to the written skills. Okay, so I hope you get this part. Fine. So otherwise, yes, resume is good. There is no problem. Okay. While discussing others, you may find something to be added. You can add those things. Okay. Yeah, somebody is annotating anything specifically somebody wants to show. Okay, no worries. Fine. So now this is Vaishnavi's resume. So the kind of format you have created here. So it is good. Okay, it is attractive also, and the way you have written. Okay, so it is quite lengthy, but it is fine. Okay, because it is your choice how what exactly you want to do. Okay, so it's fine. The only thing is you should be able to uh, verbally explain it and justify it. Okay, if you want, this can be a shorter also. Okay, because um, yeah, what you have written is good. A brief overview, career objective, summary, it is fine. Okay, sometimes people define it into two, like one is career objective, another is brief summary or professional summary. So it is good, no problem in this also. Key expertise, yes, nicely mentioned. Education also. So project, yeah, this is what I was saying. Everybody, that whatever you are doing, okay, so those things you can mention into your resume. Okay, always keep your resume updated. So I like this and appreciate this part. So this is nicely done. Okay, you have mentioned it in detail, like whatever you have done, maybe in college or maybe as a hobby project, maybe as an internship project. Okay, so I'll encourage others also to put it this way. Okay, team size, key skills, and what was that project, and you can put your role also. Okay, roles and responsibilities section also you can add. Okay, that will also help you. Fine. Then assessment certification, this is again a good section. Okay, so where you can have assessment certifications or trainings and certifications, so those things you can put here. Okay, then yeah, so rest of the things is okay. Yeah, web links also here you have provided. Okay, so maybe for GitHub you can just provide your main. Okay, GitHub dot yes, so just till Vaishnavi 7755 till this part, and under that they will find all other projects. Okay, so maybe only one link you can provide, and below they can find, because you already have mentioned the links here. Okay, so you can just provide one link here. Okay, the main profile. Okay, then personal details, and yeah, so this format is also this is good, quite impressive and quite clear also. Like looking at every section, things, the right things are getting highlighted. Okay, for example, research paper on future scope of digital marketing. So here, digital marketing, data research, research, market research, these four things are automatically getting highlighted. Okay, so this representation is also good. Fine. So let's move ahead for the next two, and the next two are here. Okay, Sneha Haselkar. So here you can see this is one page resume. Okay, so I can request you, you can extend it to 2 page, no worries. Okay, and little bit things, like for example spellings. So here this is a typo error. Okay, so this you need to check upon. Okay, and skills, I would recommend you can put technical separately and your soft skills separately. Okay, technical and soft skills separately. Projects, I'll say whatever number of projects you have really done. Okay, you can do it. I like that way, the way it is there in the Vaishnavi's resume. Okay, you can do it like that. What was the project? What was the duration? How many people were there? And what kind of job responsibilities you had in that particular project? Okay, so these kind of details can be there. And if you are adding those things, so obviously your page size, okay, number of pages will go up to 2. Okay, formatting wise, it is okay. Okay, and my preference is you can keep it as simple as possible. Okay, it's digital now, so you can use 2 colors. You should not use multiple colors because it's a technical profile you are actually applying for. Okay, so if you wish, you can put use 2 colors. Here also you have used 2 colors, so not more than that. And after black, blue is the most preferred. Okay, any shade of blue, probably the kind of shade, if you see LinkedIn or Facebook with the kind of shade they have, that would also do. Okay, now, yes, so this is again a simple format you have. Good, no worries. The only thing is I would prefer that you should make these also not faded but bold, like whatever else is there. So these things are getting faded up. Okay, so you can put, because it doesn't look, it is not looking so attractive. It's, sometimes it may be confusion that let's say you take print out, so whether the print is not proper, so you can make it bold only, like the other are there. So objective is fine, then academic record is fine. Yes, this is good. Academic and project details immediately you have put here. Okay, and yeah, so this is also good. Certifications good. Okay, so even yours is good to go with. Okay, we can go with this. Okay, fine. So this was very little about the resume part. Okay, and resume thing we will discuss more about in upcoming time. Okay, but this was a little feedback about these 4 resumes. All right, so we will be concluding here, and yeah, so it was good. Overall, if I say it was good, overall feedback to everybody. Once you are giving example, then sorry, once you are giving any answer, so support your answer with example. Okay, that was a common missing point in everybody. Okay, that is a feedback from the team also. So examples were missing. Whatever concept you tell, take one example and then explain it. Okay, so that makes it very clear and crisp to the person who is listening to you. Okay, so that was a common feedback for everybody I got. Okay, otherwise you did wonderful. So I congratulate all you 4 and all the currently 28 we are here. Okay, and others also, near about 38-40 people were there. So congratulate everybody who joined and learned from this. Okay, so we will try to keep it continuously. I think this is a useful activity. Okay, now I'm giving opportunity for everybody to unmute and can just for 2-3 minutes we will continue because already it is 3. So other people can just tell if you feel that this activity is helpful and will be helping. So every time we will have other 4-5 people, okay, in rotation, so that everybody gets this practice and chance. So yes, you can quickly share your view on it. How was your experience, and was it good to have it? I'll not say on Sundays only. I'll not spoil your Sundays. But yes, can we have this maybe weekly, or we can plan these kind of activities? Quick, just for 2 minutes. I'll take this and we'll close. Yeah, you can
Yes,
unmute
weekly
yourself.
is good. Like,
Yeah.
yes, weekly is good. I'm fine with it. Like, having interviews, mock interviews, like it's a sort of a new experience, right? So it enables to what to say, what not to say, what things you have to improve. Like, it's good as a feedback system. And like, I had one more like favor to ask. Like, apart from you, if there's anybody else who will be conducting interviews, that will be even more interesting then.
Yes. So don't worry. That is in plan. Let me tell you, like that will be something personally from my side. Okay, so that will happen. Okay, that won't be as per the process of the kind of training we are going through. Okay, that will happen. Okay, I today I could not arrange because it was very short time. Okay, and so that will be there. So no worries about that.
Sir,
Yes.
I would actually like to thank you for taking out time on a Sunday for this and giving us this opportunity actually to speak up and realize how much of confidence we have, how much of knowledge we have, and how much we have to grow, because this interaction is for me, it was that's all it was about. So I would like to actually thank you on behalf of me and my co-mates for this. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the compliment. So yeah, so we have some objectives, everybody, so we need to achieve that. So this is a part of that. All right, so one more minute. Anybody would like to share? Most welcome, and then we'll close. All right, so if there is no one, it's fine. So can I have in chat? Okay, maybe yes or no. So was it useful? Say yes or no. And both the answers. Was it useful? Should we conduct it more times? So just a chat. Yeah. So let me allow everyone. Okay. Yeah. So select everyone and say. Okay. So I'm getting yes. Okay. All right. So almost yes from everybody. Yeah. So once again, thank you everyone for joining on Sunday. Okay, and we'll plan day and everything. We'll plan, and we will go ahead with such kind of things. Okay, thanks. Have a good Sunday. All right. Bye bye.